In October of 2016, I first had the idea for a literary magazine, Curlew Quarterly. I had started working as a real estate broker in September of 2014 and was attracted to the profession because of its freedom, as well as its limitlessness. I had never pursued a career in sales before, but honestly, when I obtained my broker's license, I wasn't thinking about what it would be like to have a career in sales or to be a salesman. No, I was thinking about something quite different. How could I afford to stay in New York? I've always had a lot of ideas, and one of the side effects of having a lot of ideas is trying to bring too many ideas to life at the same time. And at times I overextend myself, and not all of the ideas that I have are good ideas. But Curlew Quarterly was always different. Curlew Quarterly was always a good idea, the best idea I've ever had, and in many ways, the only idea I've ever had. It's who I am and a reflection of what I know is possible for this city and a test of what's true of the human heart. On the island of Manhattan, I have a thinking spot, a place to collect my thoughts. It's along Spring Street, and just west of Thompson Street, there's a park bench that sits in front of the basketball courts of Vesuvio Playground. The first time I went there was almost 10 years ago, although went there is not quite right. Really, I found myself there. Not in the esoteric and self-discovery-laden sense of finding oneself, but more literally, I was visiting New York for a long weekend in October 2010 and walking around Soho with my uncle, and we took a pause there, having slices of pizza, laughing, and people watching. This was long before I knew the city in the way that I know the city today. At that time I was living in Des Moines, Iowa, halfway through my third year of law school at Drake. A few months before, in May of 2010, I had traveled to South Africa, Johannesburg, Pietermaritzburg, Cape Town, and spent 2.5 weeks experiencing the world as a place much larger and grander and expansive and beautiful and mysterious than I had ever felt before. When I returned to the United States in the middle of June, my mom picked me up from O'Hare in Chicago. It was a hot and bright and sweltering summer afternoon, and I drove her diesel Volkswagen Jetta fast and south along I-65 toward my hometown of Indianapolis. With the windows down, we listened to, or I should say, I listened to when my mom tolerated the Jimi Hendrix Experience, his best of compilation. I had just heard the album for the first time a month before, and was mesmerized each time I heard Hendrix's take on All Along the Watchtower. I was 23, and everything and anything felt possible. Having seen another corner of the world for the very first time, I was back in the States. The 4th of July was approaching fast, and U.S. men's soccer was playing England in their 2010 World Cup opener in a few days, and the match was in South Africa. We may have listened to Hendrix's live performance at Woodstock from 1969 of the Star-Spangled Banner twice, if not 3 or 4 times. I couldn't have known it at the time, but already it was true. Curlew Quarterly was 7 summers away.